Welcome to Shorty SuperCoach. How you going today? It is break-evens and fallen premiums, getting those juicy cash cows, milking those bad boys. They're starting to beef up now. Get some of those cash cows out, get us some cash, and then we can just look at some fallen premiums and just go, you know what? I'm going to grab you, and we're going to have a great time for the rest of the year. So that is what this segment is about. That is what we're going to talk about today. And we're going to look at the break-evens. And yes, Shorty doesn't have SuperCoach Gold. Whoa, I'm sorry. I think it's overrated. All right, I've got some heat for it. I like Footy Wire. Come on, I like me little Footy Wire. It's nostalgic for me. Nah, look, if you're a SuperCoach Gold guy, that's fair enough. It's just not for me. I know it's more convenient and that type of thing, but I use it through the pre-season to get some articles, and I really enjoy it. But Herald Sun Digital team call me every April or May. They're like, oh, we see you unsubscribed. I was like, yes, I did. Yes, I did. And that's about the length of the conversation. But also, goal kicking, general subscriber kick on Monday. So I'm looking forward to that. So feel free to bring your boots along, bring your Sharon along, get up and about, bring whatever along. Just a bit of banter, yourself, a mate, whatever. And there will be a video out later today. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I scheduled it for like 5 o'clock or something. Just to give you all the details that you need to know if you want to jump along. And come along for a chat, come along for a kick. Oh boy, Shorty just refuses to pay that antivirus protection, doesn't he? But let's talk about the break-evens of a more high nature and a few guys that fall into the category of who could be a fallen premium maybe right now, or who we should have on our radar. And it's more about the downgrades this week, because there's a couple that I feel like we just got to get. Of course, the teams have been released last night. No Thursday night footy. Oh, Shorty was lost, mate. But I am filming this, as you can see, on Thursday afternoon, or it's nearly afternoon. So I'm not privy to the teams, but I don't think it'll change too much what we want to do. But what I wanted to say is Clayton Oliver, if you're looking for an upgrade, he's your guy, but not for this week, because he is a prime fallen premium, and he's still falling. 174 break even. Let him get under 600k, then you can pounce on him. Taron Thomas, not one to get too urgently thinking about, but just keep him under your hat, keep him in mind. Let's see how he goes. I think he might be coming back either this week or next, and we'll just have to wait and see. He might just be a handy F6, F7, dual position. It could be handy. Just keep it under your hat. Luke Parker, also keep him under your hat. He's about 480. They whacked a forward status on him, and all of a sudden I was like, what's up, Luke? Could be interesting. So keep that in mind. Sean Darcy, I've spoke about before. His break-even is 152, and he's still finding his feet. The big fella, he's not exactly a picture of fitness sometimes, but he does take time to warm up to his best. And I think he's still doing that. There's our mate Brodie Grundy. Some of us keeping, some of us trading out. A lot of us will be hoping that he can respond. And if you got rid of him, well, you probably don't care too much. But Jaden Short as well, 148. He's at 543. So we should be able to get him a bit cheaper in the next week or two. And he could definitely be a guy that you guys really look upon if you don't have him already. I sit here wondering if Paddy Cripps will return. I seriously hope he does for my team. If not, he will be falling, as we well know, because of that 38. So just a few guys to just think about, because it's not always just about this week's trades. You've got to think at least 1 week ahead. Now, here's the most important stuff, and it's the top two guys. Braden Pruce, Leon Cameron said during the week he'll be coming back. Really interested to see if that's in a sharing the ruck role with Matty Flynn, or if he's solo. Either way, he's got to come into your team. So whether that's, I don't know, whether it's through Grundy, like many of you have done, whether it's through Hugh Dixon or Jack Hayes or Tristan Cherry, I know a few of those guys still have money to make, but this guy has the most money to make. Negative break-even of 93. Negative 93 is nuts. He's about to go through the roof. Back-to-back tons, looking very good. Got suspended. He's back in business now. You got to find a way to get him into the team. And cash generation is so important. A lot of people sort of were on board with Bruce, but a lot said, is Roses a must-have? And I think he is. When a guy produces back-to-back 70-odd, at 130k, you just got to find out. Yeah, we don't know much about him. He could prove inconsistent. It's not like we can absolutely bank on him, but what rookies can we? The fact is that the next wave of rookies are really hard to read, and he's a young guy that's going to show us that he can score, or he's shown us that already, and hopefully he can keep it going. I'll tell you what you don't want to do, and that's choose to not get him in, and all of a sudden he does become one of the great cash cows of the year, because he could if he averages 70. It's going to be fantastic for us. So you just never know when a good cash maker can come along. We think Josh Ward, we think Connor McDonald, Brad Hoff, those guys we were optimistic on. All of a sudden they've sort of slowed up to a bit of a halt. So sometimes it is worth, you don't always get huge bang for your buck on the trade down, but when the guy you bring in as a cash cow goes up, that's when you really make your money. And look, otherwise there isn't too much. I think we've got to keep an eye on Sam Hayes, not for this week, but for next. If he goes anything 70 plus, he's going to be the number one ruck for Port Adelaide with all those injuries. So it's really, really optimistic for his cash generation, which is great. And look, otherwise there's not really anyone that, Windhager, he's on the bubble, but not really one that I feel like we need to jump onto. Same said with Kruger, a bit more pricey, going to be inconsistent as a key forward. I wonder if Erasmus will come into the side at any stage soon. So, yeah, they're sort of the main ones. I mainly just talk about anyone with a negative break even. Ben Hobbs is another guy to just keep on your watch list. Again, not really for this week, but coming up. So, there are a few guys, definitely in summary, I think the likes of Tuke Miller, Petrarca, Brayshaw, all at really good prices. Oliver's going to drop down over the next week. So will Jaden Short. Really, really handy stuff. Keep an eye on Mitch Duncan and Luke Parker. Yeah, they're a bit older, but I think they're at a really nice price, and they've got better footy ahead of them once they get their bodies up and running. Probably body more so in terms of Mitch Duncan. I wonder how the return of Papley and Franklin can affect Luke Parker's mid and forward split. And in terms of the cash cows, well, Braden Pruce, Malcolm Roses, it's as simple as that. Get them into your team. If you need to use a trade boost, do it. So that will just about sum it up, my friends. Thanks for everyone who's joined in the live session throughout the week or commented on any videos. I'll look to get to a few of those when I can. And enjoy the long weekend. And I'll chat to you all soon. Cheers.